Alright, so this isn't an exact tutorial, this is just behind the scenes kind of update thing. Probably gonna throw this on Twitter or something, but and obviously the YouTubes. But it's just a progress update, if that's what you want to call it, or a not progress update, um, of the Minecraft thing, obviously. Well, I'd like to start off by saying what I've accomplished has taken me forever and was not easy. I've messed around with noise stuff, and I can't seem to get that to work. If you guys know the plugin Simplex Noise, or if you know Perlin, it's like Berlin, like Germany, except with a P, so Perlin Noise. I can link some stuff in the description. About that GitHub and all that stuff. But if you guys know how to do that and get that to work with either instance meshes or static meshes, because that's actually what I figured out that I need to use, because that causes a great deal of lag. Because actors is what causes the lag. I've messed around with some stuff of spawning instance, adding or spawning a instanced mesh, and then it spawns it at the relative location of the static mesh cube that we have here, and then it sets the new one that it spawned to the static mesh, so that way we get the new location so it can be relative next to the new one. And then this instance mesh right here goes and does its thing and starts spawning stuff. So I don't know if this is the issue. I may delete it, disconnect this and see if it's the issue. But when I play it, I don't get as much lag. I can go at 1 second and let it run for a while, not get lag. But as you can see, it's gappy, it goes at diagonals, and it's much worse than what we had before. What we had before, where it was all laggy, looked better than this. And so, I mean, honestly, I could run it at, I'm sure, 0.5, just so it could generate a bunch. I'm going to save it. And sometimes I have to do this. I don't know why, but I literally have to delete it and add new block. I don't know. I'll have to sort some things out, see what's breaking and where and why and whatnot. There we go. Okay. So if I generate it at 0.5, I still don't get as much lag, and I'll tell you when we've spawned about as much blocks. It's hard to say. I mean, this would be a great maze generator, that's for sure. Like a 3D maze. If you're trying to do like a 3D maze that you had to fly around and you want it to be blocky and stuff, this algorithm would be a great 3D maze generator. Obviously one that you couldn't guarantee an exit to, I suppose. I'm sure there's a way you could guarantee an exit. It's just, you'd have to box it into a gigantic box. It's a very gapped maze. You could be in the maze and escape very easily. But by now we would have been lagging out and I would have had to quit. But as you can see, it doesn't work very well. It obviously works much better, way better than the other one that we had going on. But I'm starting to maybe lag a little bit now. My camera seems to be jumping around. But let's be honest, this isn't ideal. I could maybe close the gaps with some math or something, I don't know, but as of right now, this is as Minecraft as we're getting, this little segment that keeps overlapping upon itself. I'm kind of glad it's doing that, and I don't know how it's doing that when there's stuff still generating over here, but I'm lagging out. But it took much longer, and mind you, that was at a half a second generation rate. If I would have run at a half a second generation rate on the other one, I would have had to shut down the game in a couple seconds, much quicker than at a second or 2 seconds, obviously. So I don't know what the issue is. I mean, if I break this, we generate much less, and it's probably just going to give me a stinking error. Over on here, it sure is. I'm going to have to put it in again. Add new block. Now, if you type in add new block, you're not going to see it because it is a function that I created. So it's custom, obviously, to my project, but it's super easy if you just want to play around with it. I used the same equation, the same exact way I got it. I got the actor to randomly generate. It's just, you just have to right click, new blueprint, and type in instanced static mesh component. You can see that a child of that is foliage instant static mesh, so that's how foliage is apparently done and stuff. That's good to know. But yeah, it works well. It's much less laggy than the much smoother than the actors. Saving is lagging for some reason. There we go. Okay, yeah, that's good. Excuse me if you can hear the burping, but yeah, that's just the strange part. I mean, if I take out the other one wanting to generate on its own, then it just starts generating in a line, and we don't have each one generating its own stuff, and it looks better. I will give you that, but it still has, it still has its issues. But I don't know. I'm working on it. Maybe I should do, like, I don't know. That's weird how, like, the shadows fade in and out, though. That's kind of cool. They look a little bumpy, though, for some reason. Like, uneven. Oh, that's just because of where the sun's at, and where my blocks are. But yeah, I mean, it looks better. It's not as gappy, and it doesn't look like, I mean, I don't know if you guys have, like, set off nuke mines or nuke commands, which spawns a lot of TNT all at once in Minecraft. But that previous one where we could fly through it and there are all those holes, that's pretty much what it reminded me of. So, I'm kind of at a standstill right now. I may have gotten myself into a project that I may not be able to complete. I'm not saying that now. I'm saying that may be the issue. But really, I don't know what the issue is. I mean, I don't know. If I try to tell it to, well, if I did, hold on, range 6, because if it hits 6, then it will spawn at 0, 0, 0, which will be itself. Oh my gosh. Yes, I know. Add new block. Sorry if you're hearing like crackling or noises that sounds like plastic is hitting plastic, or it's something's rattling around. It's because my headset's broken, and my headset is the only mic I have. So go donate to me on PayPal or Patreon so I can get some new recording equipment, because I would love to get a nice mic. Much better mic than what I have now. Anyways, yeah, it's less gappy. I will give it that, but then it just falls right back into the same rut. I feel like it started off much less gappy, but I think that was just chance, because it's all it's about. It's just randomization and chance. So yeah, if you guys got some other tips and tricks or stuff and things, I don't know. I mean, it looks cool. Once again, it's weird and it looks cool, but it's not what we're aiming for. So if you guys can help me with this, maybe all of your collective minds will definitely be better than mine. Anyone's mind is probably a bit better than mine. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, cool stuff. I mean, if this is what you're looking for, if you're looking for how to create something like this, I mean, cool. I'm glad I kind of showed you how to do it. Yeah, it's cool. But obviously, I mean, I can sit here and watch it generate way more blocks than I can. I'm still, obviously, we're still having the issue of blocks generating on other blocks. That's just going to be a thing. But, by the way, if you're like, oh, read the error log, let me drag it over here. It's literally just a whole bunch of stuff from the FPS series, because it's all about the weapon and stuff. I mean, I know that text is really small and you may not be able to read it, but it's really just talking about the weapon base, since I'm using the same project as my FPS series test world. That's what project this is. So yeah, I don't know. That's the standstill I'm at. And if you guys got any input, that'd be cool. But that's about it. I mean, cool beans, I guess. I don't know. It's a bit confusing, the whole instance thing. But like I said, I'll throw the description, or I'll throw the GitHub link and the Unreal forum link for the noise plugin, the 1D, 2D, 3D, and 4D noise plugin. It comes in with all that, but it's called Simplex Noise. It's this right here, and this is all that it ever includes. Even if I uncheck context sensitive, Simplex Noise, this is still all that it ever includes. I'll bring up like just the normal noise 2D or 3D that you would think I would need, but it doesn't really. It's strange. I don't completely understand it. I've seen some stuff I've seen screenshots of someone make a world with it, and they showed the blueprints, and I tried to replicate it in this, and it took me a while. There was a lot to do. Obviously, this was the most used part, just connecting everything. I mean, it looks cool. Once again, stuff looks cool to me, but doesn't mean it works. And it was also in another language. Some of it was like, I couldn't really read it. Like, he had X grill, and I just realized, hey, maybe this is just in a different language. So I'm gonna. It looked like value X base. I don't really know. You'll see it in the forum post if you head over there to the plugin forum post for the this plugin that I'm talking about. But I used it. I threw it in the world because I had no idea what he was talking about. Like even if I go ahead, because it said add instance static mesh, and if I do, let's see, if I do the cube and the cube, I mean, obviously these are also set to cubes. If I play, oh sorry, I should probably drag it into the world. I'm going to delete this one that I've got. I'm going to look like a moron if this starts working all of a sudden, because I just changed those variables. But it didn't work. Oh my god, I look like a moron. But yeah, see, okay, hold on. I say it didn't work, and it technically kind of didn't. I mean, great, it made a giant world, but there's no procedural generation. The only variable, maybe I spoke too soon. I didn't forever hold my peace, because I mean that doesn't even apply in this situation. But yeah, there's just some stuff in here that was like the image that he had was like a full screen of this, like about as full screen as you're gonna get. So he had a terrible window resolution, but the image, I mean, you'll see it, but it was like, this is all I saw the blueprints. He had these top two parts cut out, so I couldn't see the variables. I just had to infer what the variable was, and he had this bottom variable cut out and this cut out in the image, so I couldn't see, so I also had to infer what they were. Literally, the image was like, I could see about that, so it looked like 125 to me, and that's kind of what made sense. Don't know if that's really was. I saw 7 nowhere. I just threw it in there and said, you know what, I hope this works, good for me. And yeah, and you know what, I'm gonna play one more time and crack up if this actually works. Okay, and guess what, it doesn't really work. The only thing that's really like transformed is these two blocks that are slightly offset from everything else. Obviously, this one's much more offset than everything else, but that's because that's the initial spawn block. So yeah, if you guys could help me on that. Once again, links for all the cool stuff in the description. Very confused on what the heck I'm supposed to do. And yeah, dude, I mean, that's what it is right now. That's what it is. Just because I can, I'm going to try and do that. I just want to see if that does anything. Nope, still did a whole lot of nada. So, yeah, maybe you know someone who's done stuff like this before, and knows what they're talking about. Once again, you can see slight little offsets in here. I'm kind of noticing that, and so I was a bit curious about them. So you can see offset in the corner over there, not including the giant block. You can't see an offset there, so it just looks like this corner here is offset slightly by 1 block, or by like 10 units or something, or not 100 units, but I think it's 10 units. Yeah, I don't know. It's mighty strange. I will give that, but if I eject here, this spawns obviously as one whole thing, and it's very confusing. So that's about it. Just a little weird update behind the scenes. Please help me, desperate cry for help kind of a video. But yeah, follow me on the Twitters. It's a good way to, you know, follow me and keep in contact with me. I've been a bit more active on there. It's a cool place. Actually, really is a cool place. I like it a lot. A lot of cool art and Unreal Engine stuff if you're into that. Other things too, but whatever. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.